Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the Tiger Talkback Board in the Union, and we're going to read the comments of what the students think about this week's question. This week's question is, should President Trump have rescinded DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals? Starting over here, we have a yes with a Y next to it and a no. So obviously we're getting different perspectives from students. Below that, they said it's worth $215 billion. Yes, that's billion, okay? No, my friend might go home, sad face, so other students might be affected with what's going on. Not without a plan, it affects many of our students who are currently trying to finish a career only to not be able to work. Okay. Next after that is love Trump, but I don't support this particular decision. Our president needs prayer of God's direction in decision making. Sometimes pray for America. Comments about that are, God will do nothing for us we can do for ourselves. Many students believe that we should act upon this, either if they agree with going through with it or leaving it alone or maybe changing the law. No, children have no choice on coming to America. We must provide them opportunity to learn. The U.S. citizenship test is nearly impossible to pass without schooling. Many of us actually have taken, like growing up, I remember taking in 8th grade the citizenship test, and if I didn't study for it, I know I would have failed it. Going here to the main one that a lot of people are highlighting, DACA recipients receive no financial government benefits and create no burden to the U.S. We will be losing billions without the Dreamers, not to mention that this is their home, and their guidelines are hella strict. Many of us wouldn't qualify. It sounds like that one might have been written by a DACA recipient themselves, because they said many of us wouldn't qualify. So it makes sense. Another person commented, we will lose billions. So it comes back to this question, it's worth $215 billion. So which one's more substantial, us losing the billions or us at the cost of DACA? Going over is, no, they're not necessarily causing this directly to the, it's all been put together. I can't really read it very well, I'm sorry. But going up above that is hashtag defund DACA. Another one is impeach Trump as soon as possible. Highlighted no times 1,000. No, he is affecting people's lives. Someone corrected because they spelled lives wrong. Then moving over is without opportunity, there is no American dream, underlined by someone else and parentheses. Someone also says yes. And then below that is more description of that. Is there really any way to say it, negative or positive? The billions can be used for the U.S. economy, but then we leave a lot of kids to suffer. However, the U.S. has debt it needs to get out of. Honestly, the U.S. needs to handle its debt and its own problems. We don't have the money to spend on others. I'm not trying to say we shouldn't help, but if we can't take care of the problems the country has already, how do we justify trying to handle other countries' problems? And so comments to that were, so you're saying those were not at all contributing to the economy, that'll help the U.S. get out of $18 trillion in debt, right? So that's someone's response to this, like we're billions of dollars in debt. However, would $215 billion actually impact the $18 trillion debt? Well, that's all I have for today. You can come to the Tiger Talkback Board each week. There's a new question every single week. This one will be up for the rest of the weekend. But my name is Kadrae Smith, and I'm with Tiger Media Network.